Hello, welcome to another Open Geospatial tutorial. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to a new modern GIS stack for self-hosting geospatial data. Specifically, we are going to use GeoLens for hosting data, and then we're going to use GeoLibre for visualizing and also analyzing data in 3D. I've been building this GeoLibre app for 2 to 3 months now, and I have been adding a lot of functionality for the last 3 months. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how we can use this to access a lot of geospatial data. In the meantime, you can also modify the data. You can push the changes back to your data catalog. And it's very powerful. It's very easy to use. And it's totally free. So MIT license. And you're welcome to adopt this one for your data in your local computer, or you can also host it in your company or in enterprise settings. And very flexible, but it's also very powerful. First, I'm going to show you the GeoLens. So this is a new open source project. I think just maybe a month or two. It was released by Ian Sealand on GitHub. You're welcome to check out the link in the video description below. And it's still under very active development. I really like this project because it makes geospatial data really much more accessible, and it's very easy to deploy on a computer. If you know Docker, you can easily use Docker to deploy this one, or you can just install it easily using a simple command line. If you go to the website getgeolens.com, you should be able to check out some of the tutorials in here. And it's very comprehensive. It's one of the well-designed open source project that I really like, and kudos to Ian for making this one open and public. And here's the command line. So you're welcome to try it out on your system. After you have installed, you can add some sample data, or you can load the data from a local computer. I will show you later, but you can also take a look at the live demo. If you click this one, it will take you to the website, and this one allows you also to set up like authentication. So if you are working for a company, or even just for your own local data, you want to keep it authenticated so that only authorized user can have access to the data, you can do that as well. Or at the bottom here, you can click this browse the catalog. It will take you to this demo, so you can also see some of the samples data in here. Essentially, it can host all kinds of geospatial data, vector data, raster data. You can also create maps if you want to, or even a collection maps in here. So you're welcome to try out some of these. And for example, I'm going to click this Manhattan sample data set. Once it's open, you're going to see the data loaded on the left side. You also have the nice looking legend in here, and this all live in the browser. So you're welcome to also try this one on your mobile devices. It works pretty nicely. And this is basically just a simple data viewer, but later I'm going to show you how you can bring the data into GeoLibre so you can have a lot more precise control about the data. You can also do all kind of data editing within GeoLibre as well. So again, try it out. And so next I'm going to switch to GeoLibre here to show you how to access the data. If you go to the GeoLibre.app website, on the homepage here, there's a link to launch the GeoLibre app. So if you just click on that, it should take you to this website, and this is where you can do a kind of data visualization and also data analysis. It's basically a cloud-native GIS platform. We don't have to install anything on your computer. It also support desktop. You can install using desktop app on Windows, on Mac, or on Linux. Also works on Android phone. And it's just coming to iOS maybe in a couple of weeks. It's still under review. It takes really long, but I'm hoping it's accessible everywhere. So you should be able to run it in a browser anywhere they have internet access. It also support offline. So if you need to take this one to the field, you can also take a look at here, offline base map. Then you can download the base map and then run it on your local computer. So next, let me show you how to access the GeoLens. Assume that, for example, you have deploy this on my local computer. This one right now, for example, deploy on my local computer here, And you can also use Cloudflare Cloudflare tunnel to actually export this one as a website. So in here, right, so this is a sample website. You can also have the admin interface allow you to manage the dataset in here. So this is the GeoLens deployment. I really like it because it's really easy for you to create new dataset. So upper right corner here, if you go to the create, you can create a new dataset, or you can just simply click the import data and then just simply drag and drop data. You support a zip vector, zip file, GeoPacket, GeoJSON, or GeoPackage. For raster dataset, it supports TIFF, or even you can drag and drop CSV or Excel files onto the map in here, and then you create the dataset. Additionally, you can also create a stack catalog, so you can also get any URL, public URL is placed in here. You will be able to actually generate a stack catalog. So it's very powerful, very easy to use. It also supports all kind of data management and also user management. If you have a company, you want to grant access to your user, you can do it also from here. I'm not going to cover everything, but again, this is a good way for you to save hosted data, either it's vector data or raster data, big and small. You can do it easily. But it has limited functionality in terms of analysis, and this is where we can actually pull the data in. You can do editing, you can do analysis using GeoLibre. Again, I'm going to go back to GeoLibre here. In order to use it, you need to go to the plugins menu and then scroll down to find web services. Then at the bottom here, there's the GeoLens plugin. Click on that. Upper right here, it will show you the new dockable panel. And this is where you're going to basically enter the URL. So if you have your local deployment, for example, localhost or something, you can do it directly from here. I'm just going to select this one, GeoDataset, or you can also select this GeoLens demo. So this is the one from the official website. You can actually load it. You just click a link, and then you should be able to load the dataset to your map. I'm going to use my local deployment instance, dataset.geolibre.app. So this is the one that I deploy on my local computer, and you can use this one whichever you like. You don't have to enter an API token in here, but if you deploy this one on your local computer and you want to edit the dataset, then you need to enter the API key. So I recommend that you try it out and then see if you want to deploy that on your local computer. And so because I manage this one, I have the API key. I'm just going to paste the API key here. After pasting the API key, click this connect button to connect to it. It's going to refresh. And the nice thing about this is later when we do the editing, you will be able to edit the vector data. But I'm going to try something fun today before doing the data editing. So I'm going to visualize some data and then create a cool 3D base map, and you can also animate the 3D. I'm going to find some sample data set, but I'm going to show you here. If you really want to try it out, you can go to the project and then open from, go to the gallery here. Scroll down to find this one, NYC buildings and subways. Click on that. It should pop up and then showing you this nice cool 3D map. And this one is actually the data being hosted on here. If you click on this, scroll down, you will find the data, GeoLens, and then the dataset URL. And this is exactly the data from the GeoLens hosting website that I hosted locally. And if you want to try some cool 3D, I can just do it here quickly. Go to this one and then click this bind to time slider. Okay. Then once it's pop up, I can use the construction year because it's colored by the construction year. And I'm going to use this one, everything up to the current step. So cumulative, that means for each year, it's going to add to the previous year of the buildings that were newly constructed. So in that way, you see a very smooth time sequence. And also at the first 60 years, there were not many buildings. So I'm going to use 1850. Then just click bind. At the bottom, you'll be able to find this time slider. So this one allows you to quickly basically slide through to see the data. I'm going to go to the top, the beginning here, and then change this one to 100 milliseconds. So it's faster. After that, just click the play button. So you'll be able to see this nice, cool animation. And this doesn't have to be buildings, it can be anything. As long as your data has some kind of time attribute, then you can create this kind of animation easily, just with a couple of clicks, you will be able to recognize which column has the time attribute, and then create the animation based on the date. Also, the time slider adapt to your data. So whether it's by year, by months, by week, or by minute, you will be able to recognize that and do it easily. Okay, so this is how we're going to create. I'm going to show you like start from scratch how we actually create this one, a nice looking map. I'm going to go to the new project in here, and then maybe I choose the dark base map. If you don't like it, you can always double click here, and then you can switch to other base map as well. I'm going to just use the dark base map, and then we go to the plugins menu again, web services, get lens, select from here the GeoLibre dataset, and then paste, enter my API key, connect. All right. So next, let's first find some sample dataset. I'm going to search the building. Hit enter. You see here pretty nicely. Now I have this building. What you want is just to add vector tile, because we are going to just do visualization. If you need to do analysis, you want to use this add GeoJSON, but that one has a limit. So for example, if you have a large data set, you're not going to be able to do that all at once. You only, like by default, I think like 1,000, 2,000 features. I'm going to use this one because I want to visualize them all at once. So once you click, now take a look, the data hosted on my local computer, and then I have this data building footprint right away. But I mean, this looks okay, but it's much better if we can visualize them in 3D. So go here, open the style panel, then on the right, very simple, just switch to 3D extrusion, and by default it looks pretty big, tall, because the height property was selected by default. The first one is the wrong one. I'm going to select this height roof, and then click apply. Take a look, now it's much better. So this is what you can easily do, like switch the data into 3D. Right now, everything is just one single color. If you go to the activate this identifier and then click on the map, you will see all the attributes for each individual building. So you can see here ID, and the thing that we're really interested in is this construction year, because we want to color by the construction year so that we can know through time what kind of buildings were constructed in a certain period. So what we can do here is to change the style type, and there are multiple ways you can do that. You can do that by categorize, by rule base, or even by advanced expression. So advanced expression is using GeoLibre convention, so you do need to know some of those syntax. If you don't know, you can also click this button here to open this expression builder. So this one allows you to build something like this. If you get, for example, the construction year equal to something, you assign a color or something like that, or it can be greater, it can be less than. It's pretty flexible, but to save some time, I'm just going to copy something that I already have here and then paste it to the advanced expression. So I'm going to just copy and paste. You're welcome to later go to, for example, the project. You can open this one from the previous project, and then you can see all the expression directly. Okay, so I'm going to make this one bigger, and this one essentially what it's doing is saying if the error, so the error basically the construction year, if it is equal to this one something, you give this color, otherwise you give another color or something like that. So it's basically if, else if, else if, else if, or something like that, just like Python programming. And then when you just click apply, like look, now we have this nice 3D map color by the arrow. Okay, and you're welcome to click here again, here this arrow to 2000 to 2014. Of course, you can use this construction year as well if you want, but because there are too many years, hundreds of years, so I mean it's too many bins. You want to use this one because it's much smaller. Then when we do the animation, we can use the construction year to do the animation, and this is pretty much it. If you see, for example, the height is too much, you can make a little bit smaller. You can change the scale. So on the right here, there's a height scale. So this one allows you to change to maybe, sometimes it's too small, you change to a bigger number. So I'm going to change to 0.8, something like that. And then click apply. You will see the building going to become a little bit shorter. And this is how you can adjust the color. And that's it, pretty much. You can add any other data layer as well. I'm going to go to the GeoLens here. Then I can search, for example, subway. Okay. I can add the subway lines first. Okay. And then add the subway station, similar to what we did earlier. And we can do the same thing. We can color the subway line by different colors. So I'm going to go to the style panel again. From here, I also going to use the advanced expression. Then I can also copy and paste this advanced expression from here. Apply. Now we have this subway lines color by whatever the line, right? If this 1, 2, 3, I'm going to use this color. This you can all easily customize. So it doesn't have to be like that, but it's up to you. And the last one we want to add, I'm going to go back here, is the subway, or we already added. So right now it's only like one color, so it's all blue color. I'm going to change it as well. So using the style panel here. For this one, I'm going to use the rule base because I want to enter it by myself. So in order to do that, you can create new rules. For example, for the first one, right, I'm going to maybe say if this ADA equal to something, ADA basically is accessible. So I'm going to use the maybe the green color represent is ADA accessible. Then I click the button here, another one. So for this one, if this one, this is fully ADA accessible. If this 2, that means it's kind of accessible. So I'm going to change to a light green color. And then, so for this one is partial access. Lastly, if this equal to 0, that means it's not accessible. So for this one, I'm going to use a gray color. And that's it. Click apply. Now take a look. We have all the subway stations color by different color that we want, and that's it. Right now we have this nice map. I mean, just a couple minutes, we have this cool 3D maps available. After, if you want to animate it just like what we did earlier, then you go here, bind to time slider, and then change this one to a year. After that, switch to everything cumulative, bind, and come back to the top. And so as you can see, you can just open the sample project, you can play with it, but you can also construct things from scratch and then just change the color, change the symbology. You will create something really cool that might be very difficult to create using other software. Also, you can just, once you're done, you can just click project and then share, right? You can share this one with anybody. So for example, you can share this public, and then just give the name of the project. Just click share, then you should be able to share this one, and then you can share the link with anybody. So this is how you can extract the data from GeoLens. This is just for visualization only, but if you want to edit the data, you can do that as well. Let me show you. I'm going to go to the GeoLens project here again, and I'm going to search building, maybe, okay? And there are 2 layer of buildings in here. I'm going to use this Las Vegas building. For this one, you need to add GeoJSON. You don't want to use the add vector tile because vector tile is static. You cannot really edit it. The GeoJSON one allows you to edit the data. I'm going to click this one here, and it's going to zoom to the data layer. Oh, it's not showing up. Something's weird. Let me create a new project. Here, maybe use the position. And let's try again. So GeoLens, and then again, in order to edit it, you need to have right access to the data. So this one, you need to paste the API key, otherwise you won't be able to edit the data. So connect, and then let me search again, buildings. Okay. Oh, this one is the not my. I'm going to use my deployment again. Connect, and then it's at the top here. Las Vegas building. So add GeoJSON. Take a look. Now I have this GeoJSON data layer loaded to the map. And this is where you can do all kind of editing. To start the editing, you want to go to the drop down menu here. All right. And then from here, select edit geometry. So once you enable edit, you will see the color kind of change slightly. And this is where you can start making the edit. But usually when you have this kind of edit, you want to maybe have a satellite base map. So I can go to here, and then you can find any base map that you like. I'm going to maybe use the, how about the Esri base map, all right? And then click here, you will have the base map, and then maybe drag this one. to the bottom here, right? So now I have this base map, and you can start doing the editing. You can find the missing buildings. You can create editor geometry. For example, I know there's a building in here, so I need to create a new building. I can just go to the editor bar here and then click. So from here, I'm gonna start create a new polygon from here. And done, right? You can edit attribute if you want to. I'm going to create another one here. Also, you can adjust the geometry properties as well. So for example, they say for this one, look at this one. It's not super accurate right now, so I need to change the tool maybe to the editing, right? So for this one, maybe I can drag this one here, drag this one here, and then this one be multiple, so maybe somewhere here, and then here, and then here, and also move this one, okay, here. If you want, you can actually make it a little bit more transparent if you want. And after that, just click save. It will save the data. So now you see it looks a little bit better. You can also delete the file, delete the polygon if something is inaccurate. But essentially, after you do all the changes, in the upper right corner here, you will see the status to edit one change, right? So we added 2 new buildings. We also modify 1 existing buildings. And that's it. So once you finish editing, just click this button, save to GeoLens. And the data has been pushed to GeoLens, no local changes. And the nice thing about this is pushed to the GeoLens and it's being rendered here on the map. So if other people are rendering the data, it's being re-rendered automatically. So they're always getting the latest version of the data that you're editing. So you can edit this one on the fly, and then your user will get the latest data. So this is the power of using this is under the hood, it will automatically generate the new vector tiles. So in that way, you don't have to manually update the data, like a 2-step process. Also, if your data set is really big, you can also reload it if needed. But you can also say load this view, because if you are doing a vector data layer and it's too big to edit as a GeoJSON, you can still edit as a vector tile and then click this one, load the view. You will be able to load the data, just the data within your current extent, and then you can do the editing easily. After that, you can send it back to GeoLens server. You'll be able to update the data. So there are multiple ways you can do that. You can also visualize raster data as well. If you scroll down, you will find some of the raster data layer. For example, you have Sentinel-2 data set in here, and you're going to say, okay, this is raster tile. You can also click this one to see the metadata. So this is going to open the data on the GeoLens website. It will also show you the preview here, and then also a bunch of the metadata information. But you can always just click a raster tile. It will zoom to the location and then show you the raster data, and then you can zoom in, right? So this is kind of like the stack catalog, but the cloud optimized GeoTIFF is being retrieved on the fly, and it's being rendered on here. If you have a lot of imagery that you want to do a catalog, this one might be a very good choice for you to host your own data, and then you can use GeoLibre to visualize and also editing or managing your data using this simple plugin. All you need to do is just to change the URL to your own deployed instance, or you're also welcome to use this demo instance, but you just cannot push the data back to the server unless you have the API key. And that's it. So this is how easy it is to use GeoLens and also GeoLibre as a modern GIS stack to self-hosting data. If you go to the plugin and then web services, there are also a bunch of other plugins here that allows you to source data, for example, from Hugging Face, from Natural Earth, or from ArcGIS Hub or Open Area Map. We don't have time to go into all the details, but I want to show you the possibilities of using GeoLibre is that allow you to access data from almost anywhere, from data from local computer, data from the internet, data from some of the big data providers, as long as you use some kind of open data protocols. You can put the data into the GeoLibre, and then you can start running analysis using some of the tools. For example, go to the processing toolbox. There are 1,000 tools available, more than 1,000 tools available, allows you to run all kind of geospatial analysis. So highly recommend that you try it out. I will see you in the next video. If you have any questions, if you have any feature requests, feel free to leave comments down below, or you can visit the GitHub repository, go to help, and then GitHub repository here. You can submit feature requests, or you can report bugs. I will try my best to help you. Okay, so that's all for this video. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.